It's this out-of-body experience to be able to fly around the world. It's exactly the same as having a dream where you're flying, except I can just, throw this drone out my window and go fly around my house. My name is Paul Nurkkala. I fly under the handle Nurk, and I'm a professional drone racer. Racing drones, you've got to keep your reflexes really sharp. I mean, these things go 0 to 60 in less than a second. They top out at almost 100 miles an hour. If you're not, constantly improving, you're going to make mistakes. During a global crisis like this, it's hard to meet up with people and go fly on a racetrack. What I've started doing is setting up little obstacle courses just around my house. The first time I got in the air with a drone, my in-laws gave me a little toy racing drone for Christmas. And I flew it as much as I could and across the way stumbled across drone racing. And I said, I have to do that. Fast forward a few months, bought a few drones. I went to my first drone race, which I actually happened to win. And then, it kept stepping forward and forward and forward. You get this immersive kind of just awesome racing experience where the fans are cheering and the drones are ripping around and everything is covered in RGB LEDs, of course. And the energy is so intense. We're competing for, upwards of $100,000.
Nurk once again to the Pentagon Gate, this time for lap 3.
This is so good for Nurk. He has a big lead. He should be smart here and not risk a crash.
It's through and now in first. Nurk crash!
That is devastating for Nurk.
I needed to reset before finals. I needed to fly at the plastic or full throttle. Holding that trophy above my head is still among the greatest highs I've ever experienced in my life. I still have moments where I'll be flying around, at a park or whatever, and I'll see someone in the corner of the field and be like, wait, who's that? And no, that's me. That's my body over there. For me, that's the kind of thing that keeps bringing me back, is this ability to be out in the world in a way that, you couldn't ever before. There's a temptation to view drones negatively, right? They could be, spying on me, or, they're making a lot of noise or whatever like that. But I just approach my neighbors and people around me and I show them what it is. I let them put the goggles on so they can see from the perspective of the drone. And they realize that I'm just kind of a nerd that likes to play with, his high performance machines. As soon as you fire up the props and put the goggles on, you're the same. Everybody's been through the same trouble of trying to solder their drone together and get it in the air, and everybody's crashed and experienced that pain. And, all of these barriers are broken down because of that. And so to me, the power that drones have to connect people is one of the most exciting things.